Hi, I'm Veronica,
And I'm Lydia.
and we're presenting our project, Kitty Clues, an app that teaches kids about cat behavior through play. Quickly going through our agenda, we'll start by introducing ourselves, go through some background for our project, our goals for a solution, existing solutions, go through a quick walkthrough of our app, and wrap up with some future improvements.
I'm Lydia Kidwell. I'm a data analyst and a cat volunteer.
And I'm Veronica Kidwell. I'm a recent engineering graduate, and I also volunteer with cats.
Getting into the background of our problem, in 2024 in the US, approximately 3.4 million cats were taken into shelters. About 2% of those cats were never adopted and remained in shelters. While this might not seem like a lot, that's nearly 68,000 more cats in shelters at the end of 2024 than at the beginning, which, according to our research, is an ongoing trend year after year. Those cats are what we want to focus on, with our end goal being to reduce that number. This can either be done through reducing the total number of intakes or increasing the total number of outcomes. During our background research, we found that most solutions were geared towards increasing the outflow of cats through programs like adoption initiatives, but few were focused on decreasing the number of intakes into shelters. Looking more at intake statistics, we found that over the past 8 years, about 25% of rescue and shelter cat intakes were owner surrenders. One of the leading reasons for surrenders was problems with children cat interactions and also a lack of knowledge about cat behavior.
With this information, we decided our goal would be to reduce the risk of child-related owner surrenders, therefore reducing the population of cats in shelters. So next, we started looking for existing solutions to this problem. In terms of teaching kids about cats, we found that the most common medium was online resources like blogs, things like guides for parents on how to introduce and teach kids about a new cat, and books for kids to teach them how to understand, befriend, and care for cats. We also looked at more general at-home educational methods for kids, with the most effective medium being apps. These apps included Khan Academy Kids and ABC Mouse, both for kids aged 2 to 8 to teach them about academic material like literacy and math. This left a weird gap though, as the most popular educational methods are interactive apps, but there are no resources like this for kids learning about cats. So what's our solution? Kitty clues.
We've combined the effectiveness and scalability of app learning with the content of current resources to create an interactive and educational app to gamify learning about cat behavior. This app teaches kids about cat behavior and body language, cat socialization, and the basics of responsible cat ownership, with the end goal being to reduce the risk of owner surrender due to child-cat conflict. Now we'll do a quick walkthrough and see what our app looks like when it's first downloaded.
Welcome to Kitty Clues. Let's get started. We want to keep the parents informed as the child learns, so on this screen they can choose how to receive their child's learning reports. Let's choose text. Confirm. We want to tailor our material to be age appropriate, so the parent must select their child's age. Today we'll choose 8. This screen gives parents the option of either creating a cat character based on their own cat or selecting one of our shelter cats. Today we'll be looking at the Kitty Clues shelter cats. If the parent chooses to explore the Kitty Clues shelter, we want to remind them to involve their child in the cat decision-making process. At the Kitty Clues shelter, we have a few different cats of different ages and personality types. Let's look at Lucky. Lucky is just a kitten and is very energetic, so let's adopt her. Once the user has selected their cat, we begin with learning how to introduce yourself to a cat. To encourage active learning, we have the child use their hand to interact with their cat. We give positive feedback, explain what the cat is doing, and give examples of cat behavior with explanations of what it means. Once the child has learned how to introduce themselves to a cat, we start with the basics of how to pet a cat. While we know that every cat is different and likes to be pet differently, the head and back are generally acceptable places to pet a cat, so we start with teaching that to the child. Sometimes we'll ask questions to revisit old material to solidify the concepts in the child's mind. Another important concept we want to teach the child is that sometimes cats want to be left alone. Many human-cat conflicts begin when a person doesn't understand that a cat's body language or behavior is saying, "Leave me alone." When a cat walks away, that's a pretty clear sign that they're done playing for now. This is also a concept we'll reinforce by reminding the user of this if they try to interact with the cat while it's sleeping. If they try to pet her, they're reminded to leave her alone and are redirected. While the cat is sleeping, we'll review lessons we learned during the play session. Here we review how to introduce ourselves to a cat, the meaning behind cat behavior, and where to pet a cat. If the child gets a question wrong, we gently nudge them in the right direction. From here, the user would answer a few more questions until their cat wakes up from its nap. Then they'll have the ability to continue playing with and learning about their cat.
As mentioned in the walkthrough, the parent will receive reports about how their child is performing. Here's an example of a text report outlining things like the amount of time the child spent using the app, the topics they learned, and areas of improvement.
We're very excited about this project, and we have many ideas for expanding it in the future. First, we'd like to make more content to have this app be an all-encompassing cat education experience for a child learning how to interact with a cat. We want to include things like pet ownership responsibilities, more body language material, and we'd like to add tailored material for different ages. We would also like to add more gamifying features like a points and rewards system. We also would want to consult with child development experts and pet behavior experts to make sure that the information we're sharing is both correct and age appropriate. Here are our sources. Thank you. And share, and share, and share. Okay. Oh, a little bit busy. That was a lot. You're ugly either way. All right. About two of those cats. About two. Well, this might not seem like a lot. With this information, we decided our goal would be to reduce the risk of child-related Thank you. I had something stuck in my throat. Let's do that again. Thank you. Thank you. Oh wait, no, I was making fun of you. Oh. Okay.